Good morning, folks. Randy Johnson, Incident Commander, Pacific Northwest Team 3. Update for you on Cedar Creek Fire West Zone from yesterday's activities and what we're looking to do today. Most notable, again, weather conditions have moderated the fire a bit, but by no means is this taking all of the heat and energy out of the fire. So we continue to work aggressively where we have the chance to address the fire, where we can get in as tight as possible, looking to continue that work as well. We've also identified some opportunities to potentially close things up on the southeast corner of the west zone, again being down in what we're referring to as the Tango uniform side of the fire, looking how we bring that down and connect it to the highway, or excuse me, the railroad corridor, highway corridor there along 58, but yet keep it off of, keep the fire from impacting both of those to the extent possible. Additionally, yesterday we were able to fly a little. Most of the day the helicopters and planes were not able to fly due to the cloud layer, due to the smoke, things like that. But when we did have a brief window to get in, we had some folks up and looking at areas where, specifically along the western edge of the fire, where we can start adding fire in along ridge tops where the fuels will receive that and burn at a moderated rate, but ultimately reducing the fuel loading between the current active fire edge and our control lines and our containment features that we've been working on and improving since our time here last week, 2 weeks ago, the team in between us with Northwest 6. So getting to a point where we can take advantage of all that work. A next step in that process is to try and bring that fire down on our terms. So we've got a little bit of time right now. Even though we did get some moisture, we're seeing that there are places we can burn, and we're taking advantage of that to the extent possible. Again, along on that southeast corridor, yesterday there was some firing that happened in there to continue to bring that fire closer to the line, and it worked pretty well, and we were able to add some depth there, and again to reduce some of that unburned fuel between the main fire and the containment line. So we'll be continuing those efforts again today, and again trying to not lose any momentum. While the fire has moderated, we want our momentum to stay forward leaning, and we want to continue pushing any opportunity we have to lock off the west side of this fire, where it poses the biggest threat to the communities at risk, West Fir and Oak Ridge and so on. So that'll be a focus again today, as well as continuing where we are doing some additional road prep up around the northwest corner and along the north flank. The road systems up there that we've been working on, those still remain viable. They are still in play, and we're continuing to do work to keep them that way, so that when we have the opportunity, we can bring fire, if needed, along to those control features as well. There is a spot out to the northwest that's been out there for a few days that keeping a close eye on, and that will also be a focus today with aviation and helicopters and planes, if we get the skies allow us to do that. If we have visibility to fly, we'll be keeping a close eye on that and keeping that in check until we can incorporate that into the larger plan, where the fire line will ultimately be and likely become part of the main fire at some point. But we're just holding it in check now, so that those lines to the north and west remain viable as we go forward. So that's where we're at for today. And again, thanks for your time and attention, and please send questions if you have them, and we'll address them as best we can. Have a good day.
Good morning, Damon Schultz, Planning Ops for OSFM Red Team, for today's morning briefing. This morning, we're still keeping the two groups, but due to all the good work that's being done up here in the fire line, our numbers are dwindling. We're very mindful of where the fire is and how close it is, but we feel like we are right-sizing our teams and getting our crews back to their home agencies. But we still have two groups. We have one group we call Structural Group Blue. They're covering everything from the zone break near Odell Lake all the way up into Division Alpha. So today they are going to be still doing their tactical patrols and having a presence in those neighborhoods, still making sure that we're protecting them. But we're also going to go up and assist the wildland partners in their burnout operations and mop-up operations. And then we have one group over on the east zone near Odell Lake doing the same thing with assisting some burnout down on the southern end. And that's today's briefing.